Good evening, good morning, good whatever time you guys are listening to us. If you're the ones that get notified as we post this and you're listening to us at 7 in the morning,
The real
good
ones.
morning to
5:30.
you. The real ones.
5:30
Oh,
actually.
5:30. Okay,
5:30.
because
That's
I
when
was
that thing
I was about
goes
to say not
live.
even 7 in the morning. I'm up to listen to it. So 5:30, 6
Scrub.
a.m. guys. Anyways, welcome back to another podcast, Austin Ollie, a sports podcast with your host, Austin and Ollie, of course. And make sure you
You're
guys follow us on the medias. We got Instagram, Austin _and_ Ollie, TikTok, Austin Ollie, one word, YouTube, Austin Ollie, sports podcast. If you're watching us, we look good as fuck right now. If you're listening to
Yeah,
us,
I'm a little washed out.
I'd say that we sound kind of nice too. I mean,
I
you let
think
us
I
know.
think we got a nice little radio
Little
voice, maybe a
tone, right?
little
Yeah, I
a
think
little
so. I
something
get
like
told that.
that.
I get told that. I mean, I'm not gonna,
Woo.
no. There's a reason I'm on radio, but I can be on TV too. But lots to go on. NFL finally kicked off, or at least everyone else but the Dallas Cowboys know that free agency is happening right now. I think they think that spring break, because the spring break is going on for people that are in school right now, at least in Dallas or DFW area. Maybe they thought, oh, they won't sign anyone since we're on break. They'll wait for us to come back from Cabo or wherever the fuck they took their kids. No, no. Everyone in the NFC East is getting better while you're just. Anyways, so we'll get to that. We'll talk about some free agency stuff going around the league. We got some MLB as it's getting closer and closer. Cuts keep happening. Sooner rather than later, you're going to see Wyatt Langford on the opening day roster. It's a little teaser to that because he's absolutely just not
Yeah.
stopping. We got some NBA. Mavericks are finally get the swing of things. I think as we're filming this, they're absolutely demolishing the Bulls.
Yeah, it's not even
The
close.
line open at 3.5 towards the Mavericks. I thought that was way too low, like way too close.
I honestly looked at it, and that's when I wish it was easily accessible to gamble in Texas, because I looked at 3.5. The Mavs had more rest coming into that game too, and they're a better team in general.
Yeah, and I
They're a
think
better team in
Vegas,
general.
Vegas for a little bit, even on that stretch where we lost 4 out of 5, or that's what it was, right?
Yeah, it's 4-5.
Even then, we were like favorites on almost every single one of those games. Even after we kept consistently losing, it was like, Mavs are still favored by 3 or 4. So maybe they were just like, you know what, we let them whatever. So let's just kind of like bring that down a little bit. So that's what they did. Assuming, I was actually trying to put a bet on this. I was trying to be like smash that before the game started. And yeah, the Mavs went on they scored 44 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think it was 44-16, if I'm correct.
Yeah, we were shooting like
Something
60
of that
something
nature.
percent from the field. So yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, Austin, tell us about your weekend, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a busy weekend for me. So, as if you guys listened to the last episode, you guys know that I bought a house with my
Yup.
wife, the glorious cousin of Oliver here. Our apartment lease ended on Saturday at 5 p.m. So we had to move the rest of our shit out of our apartment and into our house. It was like, I don't know, maybe 12:30. And Emma was like, "Do you think I think we're gonna need help getting all this stuff out?" And I was like, "Nah, I think we're okay. I
We
think
got
we're okay.
this.
I feel like we got plenty of time, plenty of room." Turns out that ultimately, Emily's older sister, her brother-in-law, niece, and then ultimately her mom ended up helping us kind of save the day, because we ended up turning in our keys at 4:58 p.m. So a solid 2 minutes before the lease ended. I was running over there to the leasing office to make sure that they didn't close. That way I didn't get charged another day of rent.
Ooh.
Yeah, I would have been pissed, but it didn't matter because we got it out. So that was cool. Friday night we went see, and this is probably the reason why we were late. But Friday night we went out to dinner with friends. Went to a little wine
Yeah.
bar. Oliver came through at the end. Went to the little
Yup.
stockyards action. Kind of had a couple drinks. Not too bad. Nice little
Pretty
vibe.
cool. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. And then
Yeah.
Saturday night afterwards, what did I do Saturday? I was dog tired Saturday. Went to bed.
I
I was
bet.
in bed before 10 p.m. All right, 65 flights of stairs, 20,000 steps, over 10 miles.
Yeah, I
Crazy.
noticed that. That didn't go unnoticed. Trust me.
Yeah, crazy.
My-
Also, side note between the story of the two hosts, last 2 weeks, Oliver and I have been doing a little Apple Watch fitness competition.
Yep.
Oliver, what's the score? What's the score of the last 2 weeks?
I don't know, man. I have something with my watch, or like it's just not
I
like. It's kind of close
see.
though, right? Like we were beating me by like a little bit. I think I'm getting. I'm waiting for
Nah,
like the final count to go through, and then.
yeah, I don't even think it's
No,
close.
no.
No.
Oh.
Maybe last week was close. Last week was close. But hey, you know what? We'll run it up again this
No, I'm
week.
gonna run it up
I think
again.
this
You
will be.
picked me, Lily. You picked me at my worst spot, dude. I did not do shit this whole week because of you.
Yeah,
You
because
set
you're
me up for
back.
failure. Yeah, I didn't
That's
do
not my
shit last
fault.
week.
It's not my fault. But anyway, that was my weekend. So it feels good to be out of the apartment. Dog sitting this week, kind of chilling. Got foundation guys coming out tomorrow, man. I feel like a full blown adult.
Okay.
Full blown adult.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir.
what's going on with you? I know you had a busy weekend.
Let's see. Yeah, pretty busy actually. Friday, went out to eat, and then you told me, "Hey, pull up," and I was like, "Oh gosh, it was late." It was like I pulled up at what, like 11?
Yeah, you were there.
That's
And we
pretty
had no
late.
service,
Yeah,
and we we luckily caught each other.
literally.
We
Yeah, I
got
was like, "Your
lucky and
second
caught each
rodeo,
other.
whatever." I pulled up, and then it was like, "Hey, we're about to leave." I was like, "Okay, cool. Thank God I found y'all here." Went out there at 9. Nothing too crazy, like I say. Just a couple drinks, couple friends. Nothing too crazy.
Low key, I got back home way later than I thought I was gonna get back home. We got back home
Yeah,
at
because
like
I
3.
was already in bed, and then like you
Yeah, bro.
texted me like, "Oh,
That
because you went
fatty
to
fatty
you went to
hit.
Waterburger after."
That
Yeah,
water
yeah,
hit
yeah,
though.
yeah.
It went crazy.
Yeah, I went straight home. I was tired too, and then Saturday because I had to wake up for golf, so we golfed. It was a better day of golf, man. It's just I couldn't find my driver for like the last 2 weeks, but oof, finally
It's
started
back?
striping them, bro. Yeah, it was back. It was back. Hit some nasty
Really?
putts because at Benbrook, bro, greens are
Oh,
crazy,
Whitestone's
crazy
easy.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, Whitestone, but Whitestone the greens are crazy fast. So that was fun. Hit some long putts, hit some nice shots, had some fun. I had a transfusion for the first time. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
What is a transfusion?
So it's like grape juice, Sprite, and I got like 2 shots of vodka in there.
Interesting. Have you ever heard of a John Daly?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Next time, go to get a John Daly. It's an Arnold Palmer, but vodka. So have you like the
Ooh.
Deep Eddies? It's the Deep Eddies sweet tea vodka,
Yeah.
and they do that with lemonade. It'll get
Ooh,
you right.
okay.
It'll
Yeah, we
get you
saw
where you
these
want
guys
to go.
next to us. It was like some like blue or like purple drink. We're like, yo, what you got in there? And whoa, like something infusion or whatever, transfusion. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, give me one of those. And I had that on the golf course, eased me up a little bit. Then
Okay,
Saturday,
come
and
on
then
now.
yeah, I ran into you somehow Saturday too. That
Yeah,
was funny.
sheer luck.
That was funny.
Sheer luck.
Then Saturday night went to hang out, watch some UFC fights. I'm trying to get into UFC. I really don't. Nothing I have
UFC's
against
fun.
it. It's fun.
It's fun.
I just never got attached to it, and
Yeah.
it's a lot. Like everyone knows about the fighters, the history, this and that. I was just sitting there, kind of like listening, asking questions. I placed a little parlay down. I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna just put money down. The very
And you
first
lost?
one, yeah, I lost. It was the very first one. Like my very first leg, it just went away. And I went like 1 for 4 on the pay-per-view fights. So
If you think
yeah.
about it, you were 3 for 4 the other way. So
Yeah, there you go. Being positive on a Monday, dude. Yes, I love that.
have to.
Yeah, we're getting there. Sunday or Saturday night, yeah, I did that, and then unexpectedly went out in Dallas. Did not expect that, and I did not know the time was going to change. I had no
I
idea.
kind of forgot. I honestly completely forgot about it.
I had
really
no
did
idea.
Completely forgot about it.
I forgot who said it, and then I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Like, that's what's already 4 a.m. So, because I got home like at 4. No Sunday league game. Woke up, went to church, went to Stockyards again with my cousins, and then we went to a rosary because I think my aunt, so Sebastian's grandma passed away. Yeah, so we went out there, did that. A bunch of like family I hadn't seen in a long time, or just family friends. Did that. Came home. I was so tired yesterday, dude. I went to bed at like 11. I slept a full 8 hours. I still didn't want to get out of bed, and I was so tired at work. I was so tired.
Yeah,
But,
I slept. I mean, I slept almost 12 hours, even with the time change on Sunday. But even still on Monday, today, I was still like groggy, just
I don't know
because
why.
it just
I slept so good, and then I woke up and I was like,
yeah.
yeah, nothing too crazy. And then I mean, I'm just looking forward to this weekend, St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, big
it's gonna be
day,
fun.
big day.
Big day. Yeah, I've only celebrated it once before. This is my second one, and
Yeah, I actually haven't really done much either. But side note, my birthday is on Wednesday, so it's
Yup.
tomorrow after you guys
Hmm.
listen to it. But I was like, you know what? I don't really want to do much for my birthday. I feel like it's more fun to just get a big group of friends together, do something cool. So we've been kind of organizing a little St. Patrick's Day get together. Gonna
Yup.
be in Dallas, so it'll be good. It'll be a good time. I'm pretty pumped. So we
Yeah.
got a nice little squad going. Nice little squad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm excited for. So that's happening this weekend. If you guys somehow listen to this or something now, reach out to us. Let us know what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
If
come
anything,
on now.
we have a little pop up shop in Dallas, and you guys can meet us there.
Live
We'll be signing.
podcast at the bar.
We'll
Live
be signing
podcast at the
audio.
bar.
Oh god, it will get worse and worse and
ask us,
worse.
ask us what our thoughts are on the Cowboys. We'll give you a full spiel. I promise you.
Yeah, I mean, we only have the rest of the
Oh,
day, so we'll see how
oh.
long y'all got.
Speaking of the Cowboys, you ready to get into them? We can only prolong it so long.
Yeah, this is a pretty long intro, guys. I just I don't
Yeah.
want to get into this. I really don't.
All right.
I expected this, but then now that it's here,
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. All right. So, today was the first day of legal tampering for free agency for the NFL. Basically means that teams can like negotiate with other free agents, right? And so we're gonna get ready and list all of the names that the Cowboys have been linked to as an addition. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the list. Not a single soul. Crickets. Do you hear the crickets in the background?
Yeah, I did hear it. I didn't know if that was like your mic or if that was just
No,
kind of
no,
like
no, no.
I
Yeah,
thought I was losing
that's
you for a bit.
yeah. So, Jerry said that he was going to go to all. They were going to be all in this year, but he meant all inclusive resort in Cabo because their boat was
Sounds
tracked to be in
nice.
the Bahamas, or actually
Mhm.
in the Bahamas in Nassau. So that was where their boat's at right now. Not doing a single fucking thing when it comes to signing free agents. So let's talk about the guys that are leaving the Cowboys because we have a pretty good amount of guys that are on free agents. We've talked about this a couple episodes ago.
Mhm.
First name, starting running back Tony Pollard. He goes on a 3-year, $24 million deal to the Tennessee Titans. So that's our leading rusher gone.
Yeah.
We got a trio of guys that are leaving for the Washington Commanders to reunite with Dan Quinn.
The little head
Dorrance
coach.
Armstrong, yeah, Dorrance Armstrong, defensive end / outside linebackers, going 3 years, $45 million. Tyler Biadasz, the center, is 3 years, $30 million. Definitely overpaid there.
Yeah.
Jordan Lewis, slot corner, which I feel like I think he's a pretty good player. He's now rumored. I don't know if the deal has officially come out that he's accepted to go there, but he was definitely rumored to go to the reuniting with the Commanders and Dan Quinn. And then what else? Who else is leaving? Anybody else from the Cowboys? Michael Gallup is the last one that I can think of.
Yeah, he'll most likely leave via trade or cut.
Yeah, he was given permission to seek a trade, which is good because I think on St. Patrick's Day, half of his salary this season basically guarantees, so he's kind of stuck with the Cowboys this year. So definitely 4, maybe 5 big subtractions. With nobody to replace them. So that's super awesome, guys. Super cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I did you expect anything different?
No, he's like I mean, I know if you got excited because you thought that they were gonna do something because he told us they were. If you've listened enough, I've told you call me pessimistic. I don't care what you call me, but and I wouldn't mind it. I just know that I don't expect anything much from my teams, any of them. I get my hopes up sometimes, and that does hurt a little bit. But I just try not to. And even when this free agency came up, a little bit ounce of hope. I was like, ooh, Josh Jacobs. Nope, he's a Packer. Ooh, okay, maybe Saquon got, oh, nope, he's an Eagle.
Yeah, he's an Eagle.
Just all these names and just always been year after year they do
It's
this
upsetting,
to us.
man.
They get us excited and whatever. They say, yeah, this and this, you're linked to whatever. And yeah, no, I didn't expect much.
To me, it doesn't really make much sense, right? Because there's so many like media sources out there that are basically like, oh, like this is how the Cowboys operate. They don't ever do anything with the big name free agents at the start of the season or at the start of free agency. Like wait till week 2 where after the madness is gone, prices are gone down. But like, what has that gotten us? It hasn't gotten us anywhere.
Nope.
I mean, we haven't been to the NFC Championship since 1996, whenever we won the Super Bowl last. We have won like 3 or 4 playoff games since then.
Yeah, I think
Haven't
so.
gotten out of the divisional round. Haven't gotten out of the divisional round since '96. So, if anything, you're winning one playoff game. It's honestly an embarrassment, right? And I think that they prioritize homegrown talent, which is cool, which is understandable, but still, like, you have the ability to make these moves. Like, they could have extended Dak already. They could have extended CD. They could have gone ahead and extended Micah. They could have restructured Zach Martin. They could have restructured, I mean, just numerous people, right?
Yeah.
Trey Diggs. They could restructure him too, and it could create upwards of like $60 million in cap space. So, like, if they were serious about trying to win, they could do something, and they just haven't.
Oh
They
yeah.
haven't done it.
Nope.
They haven't done it, and it's just getting frustrating. And I think at this point, we had so much optimism last season, but what do we have to be optimistic about with this team? I don't think that there's anything. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It just the more time shows, it just shows more of how they definitely just value this team as a
It's an investment.
just a market. Yeah, it's just an investment.
It's
and
an investment for them.
At the end of the day, they go, hey, yeah, I mean, he no way in hell this motherfucker loses sleep about his team, about anything.
No shot.
There's just no shot. Like, you have all the money. He's got all the money in the world. He's got one of, or if not the, I think the richest franchise in the world.
Yeah, it's for sure top 10 value.
Yeah, for sure that.
It's a
Yeah,
top 10
value-wise.
value.
So, and he care less, to be honest. I mean, I don't know, dude. You just have you got other resources, and then you have guys like Dolan Schultz that come out and decides that he publicly is a pussy. I mean, like, they just always have people around you when you're working out. Like, they treat you like animals. They're all staring at you, this and that. Oh, poor you. Sorry that you're an NFL player for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. And then you have Fergie post some shots on his Instagram story about saying it's like a privilege, it's an honor to wear this star in the helmet. And that too, that doesn't help with players like that, because some people are just not capable of all the heat, all the pressure. And then you
Can't
have
handle the heat. Get out the kitchen, baby.
Yeah, and then he's re-signed with the Texans, having fun there. But even then, they're making moves. They're going to be doing something for sure for the next years coming up. And I mean,
It's just frustrating.
from the sounds of it, looks like they're going to like Dak play out this contract and see how that goes. And if they give him no team, then they're going to find a way to blame Dak. Everyone is.
That's crazy, bro. My computer's, it's dog awful. It's
You
bad.
think it's the computer?
I don't know, because I'm at 2 different Wi-Fis now. It's not even the same Wi-Fi that I had.
I was about
Honestly,
to
it
say,
could
because you're
be
at a different
Emily.
Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, it could be Emily downstairs watching YouTube, fucking taking up all the bandwidth.
The bandwidth, that's such a crazy word to
Yeah,
use.
bro. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
what's
I
crazy
get off
is
my Wi-Fi too, like on my phone and everything, or try to.
I get off my Wi-Fi, and I'm like, hey, like, get off of Wi-Fi, and then she's probably down there. She's probably down there watching YouTube,
Running up, watching The
Love
Bachelorette
Is
or some
Blind,
shit.
bro. Gosh. All right.
Okay,
Well, I'm not even gonna cut this out. Sorry guys, my computer sucks. Wi-Fi is horrible. It just kicks me out. And this is the second week in a row, so
yeah.
can't really tell you what's going on. You're just
Yeah,
gonna
you
see a
having
little
a-
jump.
Yeah, you have an
you're gonna see a
inconsiderate
little
wife
jump cut.
downstairs using all the bandwidth, as Austin said.
Crazy.
Uh,
Anyway, yeah, Jerry Jones stinks.
yeah, more of the
It's
story.
that's what I think the moral of the story is. It's frustrating to me because we see teams like the Giants. They go out, they trade for Brian Burns.
For what?
What else? Yeah, for a second and a fifth, I think.
Yeah, but like, why are they trading? Like, why are they doing all this? They have no team.
Yeah. The Eagles go out and sign Saquon for
Yep.
3 for 37, 3 for 38, somewhere around that range. They
Mhm.
sign Bryce Huff. Who's Bryce Huff?
He's an edge rusher. I mean, 3-year, $51 million contract. So
So apparently he's pretty good.
yeah,
He's
I had never
apparently
heard of
pretty
him
good.
either, but I'm hearing like praise from him.
Yeah. The other big signing in the NFC East was the Commanders signed Austin Eckler, I think, to a 2-year deal.
2-year deal, $11.5 million. 11.5.
That stinks. I think the only Commanders deal that I like Dorrance Armstrong. I like that as a deal. They got Montez Sweat, good defender. I think
Mhm.
Dorrance Armstrong he's been very productive with the Cowboys. I think
Yeah.
3 for 45 mil, but the way they worded it is they said 3 by 45 or 3 for 45 max, which to me sounds like it's a pretty heavy incentive contract, which I think
Yeah.
makes sense. I think that's the perfect deal, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think 3 for 30 for Biotish is pretty crazy. Jordan Lewis, depending on the numbers there, I think that could be a good deal, but I don't know. And then Austin Eckler, I think Austin Eckler's washed. I think he's just kind of hit his peak, I
Yeah,
guess you
and he
could
was the
say.
one that was complaining and bitching about running backs getting their money. He had that whole committee happen on Zoom, and then he gets this type of contract.
Yeah, it's just he's just like and I think it was time when he just like really just like slowed down and just like
Dude, there's
couldn't
that one
really.
video. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you remember. There's an exact video I remember. It was late in the season. He came back from injury, and he's like running down the sideline full speed, allegedly,
Yeah,
and he looks
yeah, and it
so
was
slow.
super slow.
He looks so slow. I mean, that just shows you running backs and how they are, and then how you just got to go and. I mean, at this point, it looks like the Cowboys are going to try to get someone from the draft, and I mean, I'm not mad about it. I mean, because you could probably do the same thing and get someone from the draft, like I said, late in the rounds, and just hopefully it pops out. But yeah, no, everyone's getting better, obviously, and they're trying to do better. And then there's the Dallas Cowboys that just haven't even tried to do
Haven't
anything.
done anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not doing anything. But yeah, man, that's all I got for the Cowboys. I think they're pretty pitiful. I'm not expecting them to do moves anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I got. You got anything for them? Anything else?
No, they don't deserve anything. I mean, they're lucky that we even gave them some sort of time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But,
No, I would
let's
agree
go talk
with
about the Mavs. I think the Mavs are finally getting us
you. Yeah,
back
yeah,
into the swing of things, playing basketball again, and at least trying at least.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
Mavs. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, you want to do it?
yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry. They're
No,
currently
you're good.
now they just went final. They ended up beating
Okay.
the Chicago Bulls 127-92.
My gosh.
Now sitting at 37-28 for the season. And so after the Suns won tonight, I think that ties us with the Kings for
Yeah.
7th. And I don't know, do we have the tiebreaker against them or no?
From my top of my head, I'm gonna say no. And I think we played one more game anyway, or
We
like
have
we have
two
a
games.
less.
We have a back-to-back. Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
back-to-back with them. So
okay.
we have 2 games left with them.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors also won, which takes them to
they
within
came
a
back?
game of the Lakers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're coming back on them. Yeah.
They're winning. Sorry, they're
Yeah, they're
currently
winning.
winning. So I mean, they could still lose.
Yeah.
But yeah. So in the past week, the Mavs are now 3-1. It was at the beginning of the week, I think. So their first game since the last episode was the Indiana Pacers game. They get blown out by, and that was a bad Pacers team at the time. They were struggling. Tyrese Halliburton was really bad.
Again, we were
Wasn't really
favorites
playing
to
well.
win that game too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were at home too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, we were at home. Ended up losing by 17. And that was kind of when I think last episode was when fire Jason Kidd was kind of a big thing. I think
Full
at that
effect.
point we had just lost 4 out of the last 5 after winning 7 straight. Defense was the worst since the All-Star break at that point. It was really bad. Tim Hardaway Jr. just has been playing horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like a really, really big low point, I think, for the season. But since then, I will say they've responded really, really well. 3 wins on the bounce. They beat a pretty good Miami Heat team by 6 at home. I think that was the first time that Gafford has been in the starting lineup when both him and D-Live are healthy. Is that correct?
Yeah. So that was his 3rd start, and I think he made his 4th start today.
Yeah.
But yeah, for them both being healthy, that was his first time like starting over him, which I don't mind, to be honest. I don't care who starts.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
you're just playing 5 minutes. In NBA, the starting lineup really doesn't matter.
No,
it does,
it's
but
just
not
the
really.
rotations.
It's the rotations, how you finish the game off, and how the points come off. So, like they made a lot of changes. They made they sat Josh Green, Derek Lively, and then went Luka Kyrie, Derek Jones Jr. got back in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then Gafford. And Exum was playing a lot more minutes. He closed that game out. He had a really good close out that game. I think he scored ever since coming back. I'm telling you, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think he was. I don't know what it was. Yeah.
It was somewhere around there. I think against
Yeah.
Miami he had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists in
Yeah.
17 minutes, which I think is for
And his plus or minus was
somebody that
16 that game.
it's just unbelievable. And so I think the defense has pretty significantly gotten better these last 3 games. Holding Miami to 108, hold Detroit, but it was more of I would say it's probably more of a fast-paced game to 124.
Yeah.
They end up winning that game by 18, 142 to 124, and then tonight they hold Chicago to 92 points, and in the first quarter they outscored Chicago 44 to 16 in the first quarter, which is just unbelievable. So I don't know, really what it is that if it's just the team is I think they're getting healthy more, which is kind of helping. Exum coming back is a big piece. Josh Green has been healthy. I think tonight was I think it was Kyrie's 15th straight game that he's played with the Mavericks, which is the longest stretch in his time with the Mavs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's massive.
Longest stretch of his time with the Mavs. Derek Lively's healthy, and then this is the first genuine run that we're getting with both Gafford and Lively.
Gosh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this team has been hurt and kind of injured all season, right? Which is we've kind of known.
This is definitely the healthiest you've seen this team.
I think
they've been. There was no one injured, right? I think there was no one on the injury report today.
No, I don't think so. So, which is awesome. And that's kind of what we've been waiting on all season. And it kind of shows tonight, it's crazy. It's crazy. Tonight, let's see what do we have. What's the
your center scored 44 points combined, 22 from Lively, his career high. Previously 20. Gafford 20, and Gafford extends his streak to I don't know what now, but he set the record today for most consecutive field goals, at least in the play-by-play data or whatever. 96, 97 was 23 straight field goals, and now it's even more than that.
I think it's a 28 or 29. I think it's 29 now.
Today.
And then your centers, I'm not counting Dwight Powell, but your 2 main centers, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, combined for 42 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, go a combined 20 of 21 from the field. 20 of 21.
It was definitely a different game. Like you said, if you were able to watch it, I'm not sure if you were to catch at least some of the game or no.
Yeah. I watched the majority from the second through the middle of the fourth.
It was a very different. Somehow the Bulls really just went away from their paint defense, or Luka was able to depict it real quick.
Luka was
some of the passes in the first quarter.
Some of the passes that he was making were unbelievable.
And it's trusting the center. There's one play where Derek Lively, he's right under the paint. He cuts right, but kind of feints, and Luka times it perfectly because the defender is in front of him, so he's only seeing from the back of his peripheral vision, and just chunks it at him and then dunk. And there's another one where Luka has been a lot. You've seen it kind of seems like it's an everyday thing, and he just chunks it up the court. And I usually don't see Luka do that. It's always been the excuse about no one wants to play with Luka, or they're always the slowest team because they're so slow getting up the court. There's not as much possessions because Luka plays his own pace. But he's gotten healthier, or just in shape.
And
he just plays a lot faster, and he's chunking balls over everyone on the defense, crosses or just jumps everyone, skips everyone, straight to the center, and then boom, yam town. So I guess it was just a very different approach. Even then, they still chunked up 41 threes today. It didn't seem I think that was towards the end.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, I think they only had 7 in the first quarter, and it was just so many points in the paint. I wish I could see the points in the paint. We were at 30 for 40, so we only missed 10 shots under the rim compared to the Bulls 25 to 47. So we were 75%. We scored 30 buckets under the paint.
Yeah, which is crazy to me. Another fun fact just kind of goes to the agenda. There was a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was a total of 14 players that played in today's game. Of those 14 players, only one person had a negative plus minus, and that was Oliver's boy, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Hey, yo, whoa.
The lone man that was -3.
Yeah, they talked about it. He's a team favorite. Everyone wants to get him involved. Obviously, there's a bunch of creation for him, just specifically for him to get his confidence up. And guys, I think we lost Austin again. If you guys are listening, so Austin's usually the one that edits these podcasts. So I'm gonna just keep going because I think last time he struggled a little bit on how this went through, cutting it, chopping it, whatever. So back to the Mavs. Tim has struggled. I mean, there's no excuse around it. They ask him about it. They ask J Kidd about it. And at some point, you can't just like, you're a grown ass man. You can't sweet talk this shit. If you're bad, you're bad. You're in a slump. It happens. I think it was his first time scoring like this highest scoring points of 18 since like February against the Knicks. So it's been a while. It's been roughly like over a month. But he's getting back into it. I mean, for us to win and him only score that many amount of points, and I think we're getting Austin back as we speak. Okay, yes, Austin is in. Yes, I was chopping it up for you, man.
I appreciate you.
I was chopping it up for you.
I appreciate you. But yeah, man, that's
for
I don't
sure.
know. I mean, do you have anything else, Mavs? I feel like it's nice. I know we got upcoming. The Mavs got, who do we have? We got Warriors at home. We got a big couple of games between now and the next podcast.
Yeah. Ooh,
3 big
these
games.
Next
so we
3
got
games.
Warriors at home on my birthday. We got the Thunder on the second night of a back-to-back in Oklahoma City. Then we get a couple days rest, and then we get an at-home matchup against the Nuggets, which I think this is the first matchup that I feel like we've had against the Nuggets since we got Daniel Gafford and all that stuff. So definitely interested. Definitely interested to see how it looks with how we match up with the Nuggets with 2 competent centers that are good, that can play, with somebody like PJ Washington that could probably guard Aaron Gordon or somebody of that nature, while getting, I don't know, I mean, putting Luka which is, it's not great, but putting Luka or Kyrie on Jamal Murray. So definitely interested. I think that's 3 big games. If we can come out 2-1 right there, that's, I mean, massive when it comes to playoff.
That's good. Yeah, I would love that. That's a great stretch of games.
Yeah,
just good basketball, obviously. And you had that terrible stretch where you're supposed to be teams that you're supposed to. I mean, the loss that we had to the Cavs was, I mean, there's nothing you can say about that. Yeah, you could have closed out that game better. Okay, Pacers, you had just won 7 straight. Celtics, I mean, you were supposed to lose that game. You were kind of somewhat in it for a little bit. Got blown out. Just shows you that gap from a championship team. I mean, I hate saying that again about the Boston Celtics and Jason Tatum, but I mean, they got a squad. 76ers was embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was completely embarrassing. You're supposed to win that game by a lot just based off Vegas. They don't have Embiid. They don't have a lot of guys playing. I mean, that. And then Pacers again, you're supposed to win again. It was a pretty weak Pacers team at the time. You come back, you hold the Heat down to 108, which wasn't too impressive because that's what they average at. They scored their average points. They average like 108 a night, and that's what they scored. You scored more than them, and you absolutely, I mean, what you're supposed to do, you beat the Pistons, and you beat the Bulls as you're supposed to again. So these games are they're going to be tough. I think Steph is probably not going to play that game. So you should be favorites in that game again. He's hurt as a home advantage. You go out to the Thunder. And the last time it was right when you got the new addition of Gafford and PJ Washington. So, I mean, they're going to come out hot. I mean, right now I think Thunder are sitting at the 1 seed. So, yeah, and like you said, the Nuggets again with a team that you've been scared of matching up in the playoffs that might happen depending on seeding. And just big guys again, and this is how the rotation helps. And like you said, everyone played today, and you have so much quote-unquote depth now. It's more so of people think that you're playing, like Jason Kidd's playing too many players. Because once it comes to playoff time, you can't be rotating all these guys. You got to just be playing who's hot, who's not. You can't be giving Timmy, like, here, bro, play because you've done this before. If he's not there, he's not there. I mean, he's gonna get cold and he's gonna get hot again. This is how he plays. He's gonna go out there, start stroking his thing,
Stroke that thing,
basketball purposes, obviously. Yeah, stroke that thing, cuzzo. Yeah, and then after that, those games, you got some simple games. You go back to back with the Jazz, and then the Kings again, and then there's a Spurs game in between, Rockets. I mean, we're getting to the meat of the schedule. Like, this is show us what you got, and I mean, knowing how the season's going, I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and win 3 again, and that makes it 6 in a row. I'm gonna just put that out there right now.
Yeah,
like I wouldn't be surprised. They could easily go out there and lose all 3 too. But I think ideally
Yeah,
2-1 would be
I
good.
agree.
You should beat the Warriors. And hopefully Mavericks, Thunder, or Nuggets, you pick one that you win at. And I see you can beat the Nuggets. But Nuggets are a beatable team, I think.
I don't know. I
Maybe
think that
OKC
OKC is probably to me, I'm still more worried about the Thunder than I am worried about OKC. Or no, I'm still more worried about the Nuggets than I am worried about the OKC. Yeah, you know what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And I think I just think that in general,
Nuggets,
that's because the Nuggets have been there before. Where Oklahoma City, I mean, this is their first year in contention. So we'll see.
And you have a guy like Jokic, and like call me a hater, but like you've mentioned it multiple times. You've said it multiple times. Like you're not scared of OKC. You want to match up against OKC.
Absolutely,
that's what you want to see. I'm really not scared about them. They kind of became a low-key, a little hateable team. There's an interview with Shea when he's getting interviewed, and all his teammates are just like glazing the fuck out of him.
They do glaze.
But it shows that they have a good culture. I mean, to be a successful basketball team, you have to have the good culture. I mean, and they're doing it. So, am I hating?
But that's okay.
Maybe.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, it's okay with that. I mean, this is why we do this. This is why we play. This is why we hate. We do that. Quick thing before we transition, I guess, into the Mavs. The thing you sent me today was kind of funny. It was Derek Finley. Finley.
No,
right?
Michael Finley, the assistant.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Finley. Yeah. Yeah. He was talking about a story that happened in the locker room this year or in practice. He said he wasn't going to mention names, but as a joke, and then he said, no, it was Grant Williams. So it's Grant Williams talking his shit, and clearly he's left the Mavs. And I'm not even mad about this story because I was that type of player too in practice. But so Grant Williams was talking shit to Luka, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what he said that got under his skin, and then Luka supposedly went on 26-6 run by himself. Like he scored 26 points by himself in practice against whatever this scrimmage was going on. And we lost Austin again, so I'm going to keep talking about this story. Oh no, we didn't lose Austin. He's back, I think. But he goes on this he's back. He goes on this 26-6 run by himself, and everyone's just like, "Hey, don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. That's what happens when you poke the bear." And Grant Williams is salty. It's just a funny story. Nothing against Grant Williams. It just adds on to whatever happened with him.
Everything against Grant Williams. He was there was very clear that he was cool at the beginning, and then he got more and more annoying, and he fucking sucked. So you can be annoying, and if you're annoying and good, okay, you can at least make a little bit of an excuse for it. But if you're annoying and you're shooting 1 of 7 from 3, and you're minus 24 every night, no, you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's not. I wasn't because I'll be honest. Like I said, I was that type of player in practice. All right, or not to the point where I was annoying about it, but I would talk shit to my teammates to push them. And they were the score, and they go up all up. I'm like, yeah, this is what I want. Good, okay, good. Or even when I played goalie, when I was goalie in practice, I'd be like, I talk so much shit, and when they score on me, they go up there and tell me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna eat crow, bro. I was like, this is what I want you to do. I was like, prove me wrong, please. But no, you're right. Fuck Grant Williams, so I'm not gonna defend that shit.
Get him out of here.
Pussy. Get him out of here. Yeah, let's go some Texas Rangers. How about that?
Texas Rangers, World Series defending champion.
World
Texas
Series champs.
Rangers.
Current.
We're still in the midst of spring training, getting close. Do you have the countdown until opening day? Is it
20
2 weeks
or 17 days?
Yeah,
17 days.
2 weeks from Thursday, which
16
is big.
tomorrow. If you're listening on Tuesday, 16.
Woo, yes.
Whew.
So a big storyline that we've had this spring is Wyatt Langford. He's our number 2 prospect behind Evan Carter now, right? And basically, is he going to make opening day roster? And I think at this point, it's 100% he's making that thing. Just a quick little slash line from him for spring training. Start out slow.
Please
we
tell me
kind of talked about that.
Yeah.
He's currently hitting 379. Has a OPS, on base plus slugging percentage of 1.3. 1.3. So, and I think his slugging is over 800 at this moment. And so he also has 4 home runs and 10 RBIs, and I believe his OPS is actually leading the Cactus League.
Yeah. Yep.
So just absolute freak of nature. Every little bit of what we kind of expected him to be once he figured it out. I think it took him 3 games, and he's kind of in it. And I think today he had what? Did he have
2 for 3?
2 for 3, 3 runs.
I think it was 2 for 3 with a walk.
Yeah, 2 for 3 with a walk. Had 3 runs scored. Just absolute animal. I think there's no
Freak
doubt
of
that
nature.
I think at the beginning of that spring training, they're like, if we have a spot for him, blah 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 blah. I think now it's a no-brainer that he's opening day roster with a genuine shot of starting opening day. I mean, I think he starts opening day at some position. Don't know what, which is a good problem to have.
Oh my gosh, this is man. Yeah, that's a starting roster. Be on the starting lineup just from the get go. I told you not that I'm pessimistic. I just don't like getting my hopes up. But I know damn well that he was capable of doing this.
Yeah,
And it was just so much. It was like his first time. Like he's young. Like it happens. Like it can be too much for you, you know. And especially as your team just winning the World Series, being young, this and that, and then it took him a while, you know, as it should have been. We didn't want to overreact. But I mean, you overreact. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, that's what we do.
yeah.
And then I don't want to say we're overreacting to what's going on right now. But there's definitely be a lot of spots open, at least for the beginning of the season with injuries and stuff. I don't know if this happened prior to last podcast, but Nathaniel Lowe did get that oblique injury.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be tough. Someone's going to have to go in on first base, which the options are Foscue, Zeke Duran, which your guy. Yeah,
That's
your
my
boy.
guy.
Okay, this is now you claim him, right? So your boy
I've
Zeke.
been claiming him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going crazy right now. He homered today again. He's slashing.
Yep.
He's batting 343, and he has a .909 OPS. And Matt Duffy too, the one that we just like signed just because, like just to have him on the roster and just like
He's
a veteran
well
presence.
too, yeah.
Doing pretty well. He's batting 286. So he's doing that. So there's a lot of options at first base, which is like a good problem to have.
Yeah, another guy that's been pretty good is Blaine Krim, I think is his name.
I think he's a first baseman too.
Yeah, he's a first baseman too. I think he's a prospect, but he's been playing pretty well too. I think his OPS is somewhere in the 700 to 900 range, if I'm correct. He's hitting the ball pretty well too. So, yeah, I think you're right. Right, ton of options. I would assume my eye is that they're going to try and put Foscue there because of his bat. But I mean, Zeke has been playing well. It looks like Josh Young and Corey Seager have a pretty good shot at being back for opening day. So. Nice. I mean, maybe that eliminates what you're going to do with Zeke and what you're going to do with Josh Smith. So, I mean, maybe they put one of them at first. I don't know. I mean,
because the only reason that Zeke will not be on the field, or the reason why he wasn't on the lineup or score sheet or just on anything, because of his defense. So his defense is not the best thing. He is a utility guy, but I don't know what his best position is. It's definitely not outfield. It definitely wasn't shortstop. It wasn't shortstop.
I think he's gotten the most fun at third.
I was going to say at third base, maybe, but even then, like you would have to have a really good defense to be a third baseman. So like it just kind of doesn't make sense. But maybe he just plays that position better. And like I'm not saying first base is easy, obviously not,
but it's
because it's a bigger glove than you're used to. You got to learn how to pick, cover the bag, all sorts of things, especially IQ when the ball comes to you on a double play. You got someone on first. A lot that goes behind it. So that's the only reason why I think that Zeke will push himself out of the lineup. But I mean, you saw him do it last year when Seager went down. He just absolutely raked. He batted like 3-something for the month.
Yeah, I think it was 340.
I mean, that could easily happen now. Yeah, it could easily happen now too. Or just having the pinch hit options, which Bochy is not afraid to use, and having that depth of people. Okay, then he can go in first if I replace him, and just stuff like that. So I'm just excited to see that type of strategic management from Bochy, because he did it all last year, and it was our first time seeing it. And it's just, he's so smart. So like we try to question him multiple times, especially with the pitching stuff. And even then with the pitching stuff, I mean, I'm excited to see, because it looks like our bullpen's looking kind of decent, at least from spring games. Like Mark Church, we shouted him out last week. Your guy Mark Church. I want to bring up my guy. Talk about your guy, Mark Church, Zeke, and Timmy. So if you're gonna talk about your guys, you have 3 guys. Okay, you have Mark Church.
No, don't
Zeke,
put Tim in. Don't put Tim Hardaway.
No, I'm just saying. No,
that's not my guy. That's never been my guy.
No, since you're getting your guys, I just want you to know. I'm giving you 2. You're 2 for 3. That's a good ratio.
No, I'm just saying
2 for 3 is a good ratio.
You pulled this last week. When did I ever claim?
You try to pull it on me today. You try to say Timmy's my guy. Fuck out of here. I wanted to trade his bitch ass.
Yeah, there's neither of our guys. How about that? I said at the beginning of the season he was hot. Trade his ass. I said trade him. That was when his value was going to be high.
Yeah.
Anyway, so all last season I was a big Zeke Duran guy. And now I found a new guy that I'm gonna back. and it's Mark Church. I
Mm.
was just, messing around the other day, just looking at the Rangers' top 30 prospects, just kind of getting a feel for who they are, a little bit of
Yeah.
their story, kind of reading their biographies. And I stumbled on Mark Church. I saw his name a couple times. I remember Ollie had brought him up. I think it was 2 episodes ago for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that he'd been putting together some good run in spring training. And then I read his story. And Mark Church is a guy that the Rangers drafted in the 18th round, or that he was drafted in the 18th round. I think it was the Rangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was drafted straight out of high school from Atlanta. In high school, he played predominantly short or middle infield, basically. And then going into his senior season, one of his best friends bet him that he couldn't throw off a mound at 88. Ends up throwing 90 off the mound. And basically, just because of that, his senior season of high school, he becomes a pitcher. Ends up getting drafted in the 18th round out of 20 rounds. And has thrown less than 24 innings prior to being drafted. So less than 24 innings. To go from that to being drafted by the Rangers, and then now I think this is 3 years later. He's 22 at this point. So I mean, 3 or 4 years seasons later. He's pitched 6 games in spring training, 7 innings pitched out of the bullpen. He's got a 0.00 ERA, giving up 1 hit. In those 7 innings, he has 7 Ks, 7 strikeouts to 2 base on balls, so 2 walks. So yeah, I think this guy's an absolute dog. He's swaggy too. He rocks the headband under the hat.
He looks swaggy. He's
got a little dread action. I mean, this guy's, and then he spells Mark untraditional too. Mark with a C, not even Mark with a K. I mean,
because he throws the Ks. He throws the Ks. He can't keep them.
Take me to
He
church,
throws the
baby. Take me
Ks.
to church. Come on.
Geez. I can't wait to see that or hear that from the commentator booth, or even social media posts of just taking me to church, and it's just church. Just
he's a dog.
That's his walkout song. Would that be his walkout song? You think when they put him into relief?
Might be.
Or is that too corny? Would you do
that? It
that?
might be too. No, that's kind of. I don't know. I kind of probably would do that. But then that's not. I don't know. Maybe. But still,
I ain't gonna hate him. He's on my team. I ain't gonna hate him for it.
But yeah, so I wanted it to be on record that today is March 11th, and Mark Church is another one of my guys. That's my guy. So him and Zeke, they're the 2 guys that I got. Fuck out of here with him.
So if you guys basically what you guys are getting, what I'm getting from that, what you guys are getting from that he only claims people when they do good, but when they do bad, he's not gonna claim them.
No.
That's exactly what you're saying. No, it's okay. It's okay.
No. I accepted Zeke. When he was in a slump last season. When he was hitting 330 at one point. He got all the way down to 280 or 290. Yep. He was left off the World Series roster. I was there for the man. I still backed him. I still wanted him to get in over that bum ass Josh Smith. But yeah, so it is.
Man, the agenda you have against Josh Smith is crazy, by the way.
Yeah, it's
just on a whole other personal level. To be honest,
it's personal. Yeah, it's personal.
But no, yeah, Mark Church. Don't be surprised. I mean, we're getting there to the end.
Yeah, I think he's making the bullpen.
Yeah, we're getting there to the end.
He's already on the 40 man too. He's already on the 40 man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That does help a lot. So today there was some more movement that were going on. So people that got optioned down to AAA were Cole Winn, Antoine Kelly, both pitchers, one righty, one lefty. I mean, don't be surprised if you see Antoine Kelly still sometime this season.
Yeah,
based off injury or just like based off performance. So those are those 2 guys that went down. Jonathan Ornelas, he did make his debut with us last year.
Yeah,
I think he like pinch hit and pinch ran sometimes. Yep. So he's going down AAA, and so is Sam Huff. So it looks like the Rangers are going to keep Kisner. Is the other catcher? I couldn't remember last time. So it's Jonah Heim, Kisner, and I guess they're only going to run 2, at least like right now for the majors, or unless someone else.
Because that's the only guy they signed. Did they already send Sam Huff down?
Yeah, they sent them down already to AAA.
Yeah, so then I would assume that they run with 2, and then if necessary, they call Sam Huff up.
Yeah, because today. So they had Kisner at catcher, and then they had someone named Godoy. And, I mean, maybe Jose Godoy, he's 29, he's batting 300 and only 10 at-bats. I don't know. So we'll see, because I know Bochy said they wanted to run 3 at least at some point. So we'll see if it might end up being 2, just for another pitcher roster spot. Yeah, so the Rangers, and then another AA was a right-hand pitcher, Jose Corniel. Went down, know much about him. But the Rangers have 55 in camp now. 32 on the 40-man, so there's 8 spots left that aren't on the 40-man, and 23 non-roster invitees. So
Do you think
it's getting
Jack Leiter
close.
makes the roster opening day, or do you think that he starts at AAA and then comes up?
Wow. The only thing is that you already have so many righties. Mark Church is a righty, correct?
Yeah, Mark Church is already.
And I mentioned it to you through via text, so I'll put it out here on tape. But with Cody Bradford being a lefty, he's having a pretty decent spring training. I think he's going to take that jump. Like I said last year, like it was Dane Dunning that took that leap.
Yeah,
I think
and
Cody Bradford is going to be. He's one of my favorites. Yeah, he's one of my favorites, even from last year.
He's one of your guys.
He's a dark horse.
He's one of your guys. He's
Yeah,
one
he's a
of your
dark
guys.
horse. Yeah, I'll
He's one of
claim
your
him. I'll
guys.
claim him. You know, he might be coming out of the bullpen. They said maybe. And then I don't know who's gonna be one of the starters. To replace him there, but I don't know. We'll see. If you were to tell me right now, I think I'm giving Leiter the shot.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause-
you invested so much into him already,
Yeah.
and he's
I
looking
think
good.
I think that ultimately it stems from if he doesn't get a shot before the All-Star break.
Oh yeah, he's a trade piece.
I don't know if
Yeah, he's a trade piece.
he's getting. I think he gets traded because now is when you have guys like DeGrom's hurt, Scherzer's hurt, Tyler Mayhew's hurt,
Tyler Mahle, yeah, the one you just
Mally's
got.
hurt.
Mahle, yeah,
Yeah, so that's 3 starting pitchers right there that are all hurt, that are on the DL
yeah.
or IL that aren't playing. And I mean, aside from Eovaldi and Dunning, those are the two main starters that you have. I mean, and Heaney, I guess, too, is the other starter that you have that's returning. So opens up a spot for Cody Bradford, and then who's the 5th starter? You know what I mean? Am I missing somebody off the top of my head?
Oh, right now you're starting rotation?
Yeah, starting rotation. I mean, you have Eovaldi as your ace. Then you have, I would assume you have Dunning and Heaney as 2 and 3. Cody Bradford as your 4. And then who's 5?
John Gray.
John Gray. Yeah, John Gray, I guess is true.
Mm-hmm.
Have we seen him this spring?
I don't know if he's pitched for
the main team.
I know he was on the
team.
practice field. Yeah, he was on the practice field, like on the B team, or like the B field is what they call it. I know he pitched that. I'm not sure if he's pitched spring training.
Because I saw.
I know that Evan Carter homered off of him.
Yeah, because I saw that Jose Leclerc pitched for AAA today. I'm assuming it's just building innings. Yeah, he pitched.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He started for the AAA team actually.
Oh, okay. I mean, do you know how many innings he went?
No, I just saw it on Twitter off the top of my head. I didn't.
Oh wow, okay, cool. I had no idea. So that's that's really good information. I had no idea.
Yeah, let's see. And then side note, continuing to talk about prospects, Sebastian Walcott, he started today for AA.
You know how old he is?
17.
He's about to turn 18. He's 17, and
Stud.
And he's a infielder, correct?
Yes, I think he's a second baseman.
I want to say he's a middle infielder. He is
infield.
massive. From what I've been hearing from scouting reports, he is a massive. Cannot tell you 17, and the pop that he has to the bat is.
I think he had. I think they said 110 off the bat a couple times for him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're saying that I think his scouting report says that he's supposed to be the best talent ever out of the Bahamas, which is where we signed him from.
I think he was an international bonus signing, right? Or like from the international pool.
Yeah. So and this was a 2023 signing, $3.2 million. So I think that was the highest or second highest in that summer. I think it was behind is Jason Dominguez, that guy from the Yankees. Maybe.
Oh yeah. Jason
right.
Dominguez.
Yeah, I think they were in the same class. And it was Dominguez was the first, and then Sebastian Walcott was the second. So
yeah, he was. I remember it was I was about to, he was. It was a rumor when we first traded for for Max Scherzer last year. They were thinking that Walcott was gonna be part of the trade, and a lot of people were kind of like, "Ooh," and then it ended up being Luis Angel Acuna.
That's okay.
We'll keep an eye out for him. And then just one last thing before, with the pitcher stuff, we just don't have we're not known for developing pitchers here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is that we suck so bad at it. We've had so many good pitchers, but it's never been
homegrown
that we drafted. Yeah, homegrown. It's bad. I don't know what we're doing. So it feels like Jack Leiter's your last hope. He was your first round. He was your first overall pick.
Yeah. I mean, you have him. Brock Porter, I think, is still down in high A or low A.
And I hope you don't screw that up either.
Apparently, and they're saying that he's projecting more to be a reliever at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, is what the scouting reports are saying.
Okay, it's not bad.
Kamar Rocker, obviously coming off of Tommy
got hurt.
John.
Yeah.
I saw he was dressed out today. I don't think he played at all, but I just saw him dressed out. So he's probably starting his starting program. Yeah, Kamar Rocker.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah.
But yeah.
That's kind of all I got Rangers wise. I don't know if you got anything else.
No, because like one picture that hurts is like Cole Reagans. I mean, he leaves us.
Yeah, he was a stud.
But the thing is, like, you don't win your World Series with Cole Reagans.
Yeah,
you win it because you have Aroldis Chapman. Whatever you have your opinion on him, he left already, but he blew some games for you. Yeah, but you don't win that World Series if you don't trade Cole Reagans. But
100%.
So if you would have told me that I had to trade Cole Reagans and you were going to win a World Series,
yeah, I do.
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it 100 times.
I'll do it again.
100 times out of 100. I'll root for him. He was one of my favorite pitchers coming out of the system, and then he was showing potential, touching 96, 98, and now he's averaging he's touching 99, 100.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be a trade piece, I'm pretty sure, for Kansas, and he's probably gonna trade it to a contender. Yeah. So hopefully he just stays on the National League side. And
I'll deal with him.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got, man, for today.
Cool. Side note, breaking news, Joe Mixon was just released by the Bengals. So
he's a Cowboy.
Either him or Aaron Jones are going to be Cowboys. So
I mean, Aaron Jones is a Cowboy killer. He's going to have a really good practice, but when he has to play a real team, he's going to be cooked.
Yeah. Also, Jane Slater said on NFL Network that Dak Prescott may have decided to just play out the final year of his contract and then enter free agency in 2025. So we could be without Dak Prescott next year.
That's what everyone wants. Yeah, that's what everyone wants. I say we do it.
So I'll just continue to just not think about the Cowboys for now. It's about to be Ranger season. Mavs kind of look on the up and up. So we're gonna end it on good news. And that's that.
Let's do it.
So, guys, thank you so much for listening, rocking with us through my Wi-Fi issues. Hopefully, we get those fixed eventually, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, like Oliver said at the beginning of the show, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, YouTube. Just go hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
YouTube, turn the little notifications on whenever we drop our YouTube episodes. Those usually drop at midnight the next day, so it'll be open at midnight on Tuesday if you're interested. Tell a friend. Follow us on Instagram at Austin_and_Ollie, on TikTok at AustinOllie. I promise you, we're gonna get a TikTok this week. We haven't had one in a couple weeks. We're gonna get one this week. I promise.
I know. We got to. Yeah, I'm solidifying a time slot for tomorrow to work strictly on TikToks.
We'll get one. But yeah, guys, seriously, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
That was this week's episode of Austin and Ollie, a sports podcast. Goodbye.
Don't forget to wear green.
Bye. Wear green.